So next year I try out for the Dolphins. That's what Dan Marino should.
What's up, y'all? Mekhi Mews here with another Untold Stories episode. I'm here with
Jacob Hardie,
my new co-host. If you guys didn't know, he was here on the last episode. Make sure you guys tune in.
So yesterday we played Auburn. You know, a lot of turmoil, a lot of back and forth. We were on the ropes for a long time. What were the thoughts? What were the emotions?
I feel like, first of all, this stadium was rocking.
Right. Jordan Hare's crazy.
Their fans were in it.
Right.
It's pretty loud. And it felt different because we have 4 home games in a row. It's kind of rare that you play 4 home games in a row. Like, that was our first away game this year.
And that's SEC too.
SEC.
Right.
Especially for me. Like, this is my first away game. Like,
right.
At all. Like, I wasn't traveling last year, so it's a little different vibe. But I feel like once things got rolling, like, it was just like normal, honestly.
What was the thoughts? I mean, because, you know, I'm on scout, so I knew the emphasis was like QB run. They got 3 dogs at running back, starting with Jarquez Hunter. And shout out to the 2 other backs. I don't remember the names, but y'all balled out too. But, you know, the focus was that QB running game with Thorne and then number 9, Robbie Ashford. So, like, what was it like, you know, because that's what I'm watching. Because I'm saying, okay, I was mimicking this guy on scout. How's he doing? I want to know, like, one, did I do my job? Like, are they stopping him? Are they doing their thing? Or, like, damn, I didn't do my job. He running all over.
No, like, those guys did a good job. I feel like they schemed well. Like, the way they played, did a lot of RPOs, did a lot of play fakes to get the quarterback going. So I feel like they did that well, man, honestly.
Right. So, you know, Carson, people are saying this might have been his coming out game, you know, that to the fans, I think he might have earned the fans' trust. Internally, we always trusted Carson. So, like, how do you feel he, I don't want to say proved himself to us because we already knew this, but, like, proved himself maybe to the fans as, like, this is why he's got the job. Like, he's QB1 for a reason. Like, what do you feel about it?
I feel like maybe to the fans, like, they're like, oh, like, he proved himself. But Carson, you don't earn a starting quarterback at the University of Georgia. You know what I mean? For no reason. Like, Carson's a dude. I'm just happy for him, honestly. Like, especially that fourth quarter. And him and Brock in that fourth quarter, I seen a stat, like, Brock had, like, 121 yards in the fourth quarter alone.
I was talking because I didn't travel to the game. If you don't know that, not everybody goes. So me and my roommate are in the room, and I'm a fantasy football guy. So then they showed, like, his first half stats to his second half stats. I'm thinking, like, you know how mad you'd be as a fantasy owner if you get, like, let's say Brock Bowers for college football, he like the Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce got 2 catches, 7 yards first half. You're like, damn. Then you turn back on a half later, 149 yards, a touchdown. Like,
do they have fantasy football for college? I don't
think they can, because that kind of like into like the video game. If you think about it, like that's the whole likeness and stuff. So until that comes back, I don't think you can do fantasy football.
Really? I didn't know that.
How many fantasy points would you have?
Who, me? On the season? I don't even know how fantasy football works, bro.
So like PPR, like it would be like points per reception. So like every catch is a point plus like it's like if you have 10 yards, like a 10-yard catch, that's
like extra points or something.
I think that's 1 point.
Bro, I don't know nothing about fantasy football.
So you wouldn't be like a fantasy demon?
No. I mean, maybe if you get a lot for punt returns, like return.
I mean, you do, but like nobody's drafting you off a punt returner, though.
I wouldn't get drafted like off kick return?
No.
Like a specialist? No. They don't got specialist draft? They don't got that for fantasy?
There's no specialist for kick return, punt return.
Hey, fantasy? What are the fantasy?
Fantasy football,
fantasy
ESPN
football,
fantasy
ESPN fantasy specialist. Add that to fantasy. I feel like that's a game changer.
That's not a game changer.
Like, what if like you get a kick returner and he takes
but like,
one back?
How often does that happen though?
Exactly. That's what makes it good because
you gotta think though, like with fantasy football though, like that's a wasted draft spot. So like
like you just get one like kick returner.
Like it's just gonna say defense scored.
But like it would still help though. Like I feel
it would help, but like they're not drafting you for that.
Nah, but they should make it to where they draft specialists. Like
you just want to get drafted.
You're
not getting drafted.
I feel like that would be a game changer because like, how often are there punt returns?
You got to think though, like
it should be like 20 points
having
for a punt return touchdown.
you think
Like imagine someone has Devin Hester like back in the day on their fantasy.
You think fans hate now? Not Georgia fans, of course. We love y'all. But like other schools fans hate now. You know how much more they gonna hate? Like, cause once fantasy's involved, now that's people's money, people's time. Like you drop a pass, mess up, you trip on, like say you about to run a kickback and you trip, or you get tackled by the punter. Oh, that's all over Twitter. You're like, bro, Mews just cost me 5 fantasy points because he wanted to trip and get tackled by Auburn punter.
I mean, that happens anyway, like, if I do something on offense, too. So, I mean.
It's a whole new level. But distracted. But, we got to talk about Brock. I mean.
He went crazy.
That's
that
a
boy,
different
Brock,
dude.
He definitely made that case for the #1 player in the nation.
Now, he's got to be a dark horse because, I mean, kind of like JC last year, even though he might have not like had the game in and game out shine like a quarterback, running back, receiver might, but like teams knew last year when JC was on the field, like that's the best dude.
Yeah. And
kind of like with Brock this year, like he on the field, that's the best dude.
That's the best dude.
I feel like that has to play into the Heisman. Like, I get it, this quarterback's throwing 8 touchdowns a game, 1,000 yards, all that stuff, but like. Brock Bowers on the field, that's the best dude on the field, hands down.
I feel like defenses have to pay so much attention to him, like, because, like, you can't play man. You can't man him up unless
can't play zone. Can't play defense.
If you man him up, then you have a linebacker safety on him.
Match on him.
You probably have to put a nickel.
And they're not big enough.
And then we'll start running the ball.
And then,
he blocks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they'll be outmatched. So it's like, can't play man. So I guess you just go to zone.
So we got to ask the question now: is the Beck to Bowers connection real? Like, is that the new duo in college football?
Well, that's a real connection, bro.
That's a real connection.
Right.
I think so.
Yeah. Yesterday, literally, what do you have? 150 yards? 149.
149, 150 for you math people.
In the second half.
Game over.
In the second half. Like, if you have 150 yards in a game, but he did that in one half.
One half.
And he had back-to-back one-hand catches. You seen that?
Yeah, I saw him. Dude, ridiculous. One play I did say that, like, stood out to me, though, because, like I said, y'all traveled. A lot of us didn't travel. But, like, one play that spoke out to me during the game was, I want to say first quarter. It led to our first touchdown. Where Carson, he was sitting in the pocket, we were in like on the plus territory, and the linebacker ran and hit him like under the chin, and I called it and one. You make a play like that and you getting hit, and that
There's no and ones in football, bro.
But like, DMV, we're a basketball city, so like basketball is everything. So like, you get hit like that, I'm telling you, that's and one. So like, Carson got hit in the chin as he getting hit through a dot to Rah getting the basically first and goal, like. And the announcer just kept saying, like, that's a play people are going to notice.
Yeah. No, I think my favorite play was like a rollout. And Carson was rolling out to the right, and Marcus was kind of trailing. Mm-hmm. And he threw it, like, across his body back to Marcus.
Like.
Caught that all hands.
Y'all going to start respecting CB, bro. Fuel to the fire, CB. I tell him that in the locker room all the time. Fuel to the fire.
He's so collected, too.
Always calm. Always calm.
Speaking of that, we didn't even talk about Ladd coming back.
Ladarius.
We
love Ladarius.
Ladd, he made some big time plays on third down.
He did. I mean, it was great. He's been working so hard to come back from his injury, and like, he's such a nice dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I feel like a lot of people not mistake, but like, don't take from our team is like, we got like a lot of like down to earth good dudes on the team. So like, a dude missing a period of practice, you're like, damn, because like, you're like, man, that's such a good dude. And like with Ladd, being a guy for last year, the season before, and then, just finally being able to get back, like, I know everybody was happy for him. And then he played well.
And he's like another coach, like when he wasn't able to practice and stuff. He's like another coach, like he's helping us out. Like, he's just a player you have to have.
See,
he's
like,
so smart. Like,
I don't know how your school, but like in my high school, dudes were hurt, and I'm not gonna lie, I was victim to this too. I get hurt.
You want to come to practice? Oh my God. You want to skip practice, bro?
I was chilling. Like now, I might have been, I had a little bit of diva-ness to me in high school. I learned, I come here, they break that from, teach you the meaning of team. But like Like Ladd, like you just said,
Yeah.
he hurt. You know, he could have. And you know, Ladd gonna be in the NFL one day playing on Sundays.
Yeah.
He could have easily just been like, I'm gonna do my treatment, leave, come back, do my treatment again. But no, he stayed at practice, sat out there the whole time in the hot sun, teaching, jumping around with us, doing everything he can just to, you know, still be a part of that team environment. Like that's like good qualities in a person, especially in a teammate that you want to see. So like for him to come back, like you're really happy for stuff like that.
Yeah. Switching it over, that LSU and Ole Miss game, man. I was watching a little bit on the bus back from Auburn. I seen the last few plays. What'd you think about it, man? You ever had a game like that?
So I'll answer the first question first. I was watching that game intensely, right?
Were you watching our game intensely?
I was watching our game intensely.
I'll make sure.
See, so like, I'm not gonna lie, might get me in trouble. I don't got ESPN Plus, so I'm watching our games on YouTube streaming. So I'm bouncing between streaming services.
When one cuts off, you got to go to the next one?
ESPN, if you want to bless me with some ESPN Plus, that might help out. But like, I'm bouncing between streamings. If it shuts off, I'm switching to the next one.
Nah, for sure. That's how I was.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. Yeah. I'm a college kid. I'm not doing that. Broke is a joke. So I watch our game, but I do have ESPN. Luckily, Ole Miss LSU wasn't ESPN Plus, so I'm watching that game live. You know, legal. But yeah, I mean that game was back and forth, shootout. Jaden Daniels was balling, Jackson Dart, and that defense. I don't know his name, but he just kept flashing all over the place. Number 9 from Ole Miss, I think he's a DB. He was balling. I know he had the grills in. He was glistening and everything. He was balling. But like, to your second question, if I've ever played in a game like that, it didn't get that high scoring. I think that game was like 55-49 or something like that. But in high school, the former Heisman winner, looking to get his second, Caleb Williams, went to my rival high school in D.C., Gonzaga. Hate him to this day, by the way. Not Caleb, but the school. Hate the school to this day. But we went 3 overtimes in a regular season game. It was home, back and forth the entire time. Like, I mean, the same stuff he's doing now, he was doing in high school, amplified.
Yeah,
you know, sideways, all that stuff, running around, juking. But we had a good team. We ended up coming out with the win, but like, I remember, like, he just kept scoring. We were like, all right, we put up some points. We were like, all right, we just got to hold him. Because our defense was actually our strong suit of the team.
Yeah.
Touchdown. Damn, all right. Go out, score again. All right, we're good. Just stop him. Touchdown. And we just kept going back and forth. They felt like the game was never going to end. Finally, I remember, like, we got a sack, and then they just kind of had to throw the ball up last play. We batted it down. Game over. We won. But that was like one of the craziest games I've ever been a part of.
What was y'all overtime? It was like, it was just clock and just play. Like for us, like in Georgia high school.
Right.
I want to, don't quote me directly, but I think after 2 overtimes, like you just go to the 20 and just start scoring. Like.
So we were, we kind of work. I don't know if it's I want to say it's the old rules where like, so the first overtime is you have a drive from like, I want to say the 30 or 40. And then after that, it's basically like 10 yards and in. Yep. And then it just starts turning into 2-point conversions. So it just kept going, 2-yard touchdown, 2-yard pass. Or if we didn't score, then somehow we would finally stop Caleb in the offense. But then whenever we did score, they'd score right back. Yeah. And then we just came out with it. So, I mean, our overtime rules back home are a little different. I mean, I liked it. It made it more exciting, but, I mean, it definitely dragged on. Yeah. Like, I know my dad, like, he was sitting up in the stands. My dad, like, he's Jamaican. So, like, he likes football, but it's not super interesting to him. You know, he a track dude. So he's sitting up there, he like, bro, I've been ready to go.
Y'all played at night, too?
Oh, yeah,
So it was probably like 11, 12?
No, it was 11, 12, like, it was like 12 when I got off the field.
I played on Friday or Saturdays?
We played on Fridays.
Friday.
We played on Fridays only.
We didn't even mention, bro. You gonna show them the shoes?
The shoes. I had to bring the big red boots out today. You know.
I don't think I could wear those, bro.
You don't think you could wear them?
I'm not a fashion guy like a.
So
is that
like,
considered drip or fashion? What do you consider that?
I consider it personality.
Personality.
So here's why, right? Like, are they too much? 100%. Are they unnecessary? 100%. But are they a statement? 100%.
What statement though?
Big and red. And that's the statement all you need. That's why they're called big red boots.
So what function would you wear those to though? Like, you can't wear those downtown.
Can't wear them downtown. No.
Like, where would you wear them to? Just like
honestly,
my Untold Stories podcast, like.
You know, they say don't say this stuff because, you know, you jinx yourself. But I'm a big believer in, you know, speaking things into existence.
Don't say nothing crazy.
Playoff dog walk. You know, I'm gonna say, I'm hoping, you know, we do keep everything in line. You know, we can only control what we can control, but you know, my plan is, Now, would Kirby like that? I don't know. So if Coach Kirby says no, it's done. But but that was my original plan when I got him. Like, I'm gonna wear these to a dog walk. I'll let you know. Very uncomfortable to walk in.
Yeah, you can only take a couple steps in.
I mean, I didn't even wear these to come here. I wore some slides. Definitely just for the show.
Wearing them for the dog walk though, like, you think Georgia football gonna post it? You know, Georgia football usually posts the people with the best fits. You know,
definitely gonna post it. My boy Alex, working behind the camera, he definitely gonna get a video of it. There's no way you miss that. You can't miss that. You can't miss that. Big red boots on the dog walk. That's like must have.
Let's get into some fan questions.
All right, bet.
Fan questions. Favorite part about playing on the road?
I like shutting the crowd up. Like in high school, like I said, you know, I'm modest, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't gotten my chance to play on the road here. So, you know, I'm relating it back to I was in high school. You know, there's nothing better than, I'm an offensive guy just like you, scoring a touchdown, making a big play, and just hearing the crowd just go, whoop, like silence. You know, that's the best part to me. And, you know, you like it because, you know, you get to play at home. You know, you get your fans, all that stuff. But, you know, there's a different competitive edge when you're going into somebody else's home and trying to beat them. And you can't beat that. Yeah,
like I feel like at home it's like you're the hero, and then you go away and now you're the villain. You're the villain.
And some dudes, I want to be like me. I like that villain. Like the villain? I like that feeling a little bit.
Me. Like I would just say for me, underdog. I feel like I've always been an underdog. So
that's fair. I like that too. I like that.
It makes it even more of an underdog. Like I feel like I got more to prove.
Yeah, you know, away fans are always gonna talk more trash. Because you know, like when you're home, you feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
So like. I mean, I've always been a short guy. Dude's like, oh, he's too short to do this. Yeah. Like, that just kind of riles you up.
Yeah.
You already ready to go.
I remember one time I was back there for kickoff, and they were like, 87, you mad short? I was like, dang, bro. Like, I don't know how I heard him. They just got quiet at that 1 second. I heard it, but.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, away fans, like, they're going to turn you up. Like, some people, I'm different. Like, when I'm away, when I played away in high school, like, I feel like I played better. Yeah. That type of stuff, like, it zeroes me in. Yeah. Like when, you know, fans are going at you and all this stuff. You know, you don't talk back, but like you keep mental notes.
Yeah, you keep mental notes, and like your focus has to, like you have to focus so much more. Like it, sometimes it allows you to play better.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. So,
what's the worst part about playing away?
If you're not doing good.
Yeah, if you're not doing good,
they gonna let you know.
They gonna let you know
fast.
You think our fans are like that to the other schools that come to us?
100%. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I love Georgia. I love Georgia fans, but like all fans are obnoxious. You can't be, especially in the SEC. You can't be an SEC fan and not have a little bit of obnoxiousness.
Like you gotta play a factor in the game. I feel like
you do.
SEC schools do a good job.
You know, talking trash is a part of sports, and like I think every school, you know, they have their little, you know, moments where they might not be living up to the Lord's wishes. Yeah. Everybody's doing their thing.
So, last fan question. Night game in Sanford. What's the best part about it?
Red lights.
Red lights?
Red lights. I mean, I remember that was like one of like, I was committed here my senior year, and like I never thought about switching, you know, my commitment or anything like that. But when I was like, I'm definitely not switching my commitment, I came to the South Carolina game, the first championship year, 2021? Mm-hmm. And that was a night game. And I saw that red lights, and I was looking around, like, you know, they have us in like the recruit section seating. I was like, this is nuts. Like, you can't compare nothing to that. Like, there's nothing. You know, everybody got, you know, like LSU, they got their chance. You know, Death Valley, all that stuff. Everybody's got their own thing. Auburn got their own thing, but like the red lights in Sanford, in them hedges,
different.
There's nothing touching that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of hating on you. I never had a visit here.
Really?
No, because COVID.
You were in the COVID class.
So like I never had no visit. Like,
what was that like? Like
recruiting?
Like with recruit coming, I was a junior, so like I dealt with it, but it didn't have like a killing factor on like my recruitment.
Yeah.
But like, what was that like? Like, you know, that's your senior year. That's your final, you know, decision making.
Freshman year, sophomore year, I wasn't really recruited. Junior year, I wasn't recruited. I got hurt sophomore and junior year.
Right.
So I didn't really play. I played like 8 games total in those 2 years. So then senior year was the only year, but then coaches couldn't visit. There was a time coaches couldn't visit because of COVID. We couldn't go to visit schools. So like it's just all Twitter. Like my coaches send out film on Twitter or like calling coaches, but it's like
they can't see you.
You can't see me. Like it's kind of hard to recruit.
Did y'all play in the fall or the spring?
Play in the fall.
We played in the spring. We only had 4 games in the spring.
Really? That's kind of crazy because like we didn't have to go to school.
Really?
But, like we could play football.
Like you didn't have to do school. You didn't have to like physically go to school.
No, you didn't have to physically go. Like
oh yeah,
school,
we were the same way.
It was like on Zoom, but then we would just go to the games. I remember it got so bad like some of our games got canceled because people like teams got COVID. We had a
game get canceled.
We had 3 games in 5 days.
What?
3 games in 5 days.
What type of Bishop Sycamore schedule?
We played.
Bishop Sycamore schedule.
Let me think. We played like on a Wednesday.
Right.
Or normal Friday, and we had another game on Monday.
Like full games?
Yes, full game.
How do you even game plan for 3 games in 5 days?
We did it, bro. We just had to
ran out
like,
there.
The Monday night game was like so bad. Like there was nobody there. Like we were just like, it was like a scrimmage, bro. Like, and it was like we had to finish those out like to see who made the playoffs and stuff for like our division. So it was like
we just kind of like all our games were just exhibition. There was not like they kept records. Like, you know, everybody knows if they're undefeated or lost and stuff like that, but like there was no playoffs. Like you just played your 4 games and you were done.
4 games?
We only had 4 games in the spring. We basically played for a month and you were done. That was it.
So.
And that was my junior season.
Did y'all play for a month straight? So just 4 games.
4
so
games.
Like no practice leading up to that.
We had practice, but like you just didn't. But like there were no playoffs. There was no champion. Like, you know, people knew like this team's undefeated.
Yeah.
But that was more just people keeping track.
No,
themselves.
I mean like, you know how before the season started you have like 2 weeks of practice or whatever. Did y'all have that season practice type still?
Ish. So like I said, you know,
condensed, right?
we couldn't even practice at our own school. We were practicing like offsite.
Why couldn't y'all practice at the school?
Because
the rules,
the numbers, like the rule, like our county.
Yeah.
So like I went to a private school, so like we had people coming from different counties. Like my first 2 years of my high school, I lived an hour away from my school. So like the county rules didn't allow you to have more than like 20 people in one area at a time. But the county next over was like, you can have X amount of people, and that worked.
Oh, so y'all had to go to county.
Like there were times when we first started doing COVID practice, like our offense could practice at a time, get off and be done, and then defense would come on and practice.
So no scout team? That was just doing on air?
Literally, for like the first like 2 weeks of it until like the rules kind of lessened up and we could like start. Then we'd have like the 1s come in practice and then the 2s would practice. It was weird.
No, that's wild. So how long y'all practice? Be like 3 hours?
Like, I mean, the players would only practice for about an hour, but like the coaches were out there for like 3-4 because they were just doing it like. All right,
like each group would have like an hour.
Yeah, the coaches there the whole time.
It'd be like 5-6 groups, right?
No, it was like 3. I think it was 3. But
that would be terrible.
It was crazy.
That would be terrible.
Good thing we masked up and COVID's over.
Now we definitely had to mask up. Like we had weight training. We had like 4th period weight training.
Mm-hmm.
So they would come in every day drilling us. Like if you did not have that mask on, I'm sitting there. We doing ladder drills and stuff. Like my mask falling down. I'm like, man, I need to get some air. I need some air.
That stuff sucked.
I remember at one point like they wanted that mask underneath the helmets. I was like, nah. That's wild, bro.
See, like I'm DC. Like we wear ski masks everywhere. So like at first,
y'all wear a ski mask under your helmet?
No, I've definitely worn a ski mask under my helmet.
Like a full ski mask or like a football ski mask?
No, like a ski mask.
A ski mask.
Like ski mask.
Like ski mask.
Like a ski mask, yes, under my helmet. But like I've done that, but that wasn't even for COVID. That was just like, that was the swag. Like, you take your helmet off and you have the thing on. Like,
how does that even fit?
It really don't, to be honest.
Your head be hurting the whole time?
Honestly, it feels good because, you know, it's cotton.
Yeah.
So it low-key feel good, but like it's hot. It's definitely hot.
Yeah.
Like you do it like in a cold, you know, we get cold back home. You do that cold game, it was great.
I don't even wear a skull cap on my head because it's too hot.
Oh, no, I'm good. I can't do a skull cap. I get sweat in my eyes. I'm done.
Soul cap? Nah.
But no, we did the ski mask then, but then like, then when we were, you know, dudes like doing stuff when it's not allowed. Then like, oh yeah, y'all can wear your ski mask. Then like, oh no, I don't want to.
I don't want to do it no more.
You know, everybody just likes being defiant.
Yeah.
Now dudes don't want to do it. Well, thank you for joining us, and we want to give a big shout out to Gustos for allowing us to come film here. Shout out to the TPO for letting us, you know, use their network and be able to get our voices and personalities out. This is Jacob Hardie signing out, and again, I'm with
Mekhi Mews. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys comment what you want to see on the next episode. Bring guests, questions, anything.
Go Dogs.